And we're going. Episode 9. I called last episode 8, the Ocho.
8 de Ocho. This is 9 de Nueve.
Nueve. See, I didn't. That's why I held back on that, because I didn't know what to say.
Nueve? Man, well, that came out wrong. Nueve. There we go.
There
I had
you
to get
go.
that little Latin tongue to it.
There you go. Happy Friday, everybody. We're back to Corona Cast.
We're back to Corona Cast. We got a couple beers, so hopefully you can hear me. I probably should do a sound check on my end real quick.
Yeah,
Make sure.
figure out where to put your...
Let's see.
Sound check. Figure out where to put how far to keep your mouth from the microphone.
Testing. Can
You
you
can
hear me
kinda
from
hear
here?
me, right?
Yep. No, I can hear you.
Yeah, good deal.
Yep. No, we're good. Setup's getting better every week. It's freaking awesome.
I think it's better without the headphones, so we don't... Because, I
It
don't
is.
know.
Sometimes I like hearing myself
Since
talk.
I did the Boss Jock, or the whatever software I have, update, it's like delay, like, isn't it like a back... Sounds like it's delay, like
a little bit. Kind of like echoes a little bit.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's echoing. It's better just to talk like this in the wide open. Anyway.
Let's start off with this cold weather. We're finally getting cold weather in Florida.
Yeah, love it.
Freaking love it. I'm already got the little sickies going on, little weather change.
Sweater weather.
That's a good one. We need to tweet that. Sweater weather.
That's going to be the episode name of this one.
Sweater weather. Oh, man. It was a freaking interesting week.
Man.
How'd
I don't know
we
where
go?
to start.
Look, it's Friday.
Jim Acosta from CNN got his press pass back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad in a way for the...
I followed that story a little bit. I didn't...
For the First Amendment kind of...
I didn't really see both sides of the story, so I don't know if I'm entitled to...
I think they had a right to pull his press pass, but the proceeding... The due process happened, and he got it back. I mean, I think it couldn't have...
It happened so quick, though.
Yeah.
That's the part that's kind of like scares me. Like
he was talking at a turn, and he kind of kept the intern girl from taking the mic from him, and it was a little kind of a fuss there.
I saw they were doing that though.
And then the White House released a doctored video of the repeat. Like they kept the image, they doctored the image to make it look like this movement lasted longer than it was. You know how they can do that?
Yeah,
they can do that. They made that image look like this whole thing. Isn't that crazy that they can do that though?
That's the news
They released
station
a
for you, bro.
doctored video, and it made it look like he made a bigger, like he got more physical than he actually did, and that's why the judge is giving back his press pass. Because not only is it the First Amendment and the right, the freedom of press, but it's his livelihood. You have to think that's his job. It's like not you, but it's like somebody taking away my tool bag, or my driver's license, or my means of making my income to feed my family. That's his means of.
I don't think he's still going to be the same after this whole debacle. Anyways, I think he's going to get like different treatment, which then he'll probably just be another lawsuit after that.
He's going to backstep a little bit. You think he's going to tone it down, Jim Acosta?
I just think it's going to be one of those things where it's just like, hello, I'm here. Like, I got a question. Like,
they're going to overlook him.
Oh, you back there in the crowd?
Back there?
Sir, I'm not even a reporter. Oh, you got a question?
The guy with the mic boom? The guy holding the mic, the sound grip.
Come on.
Sound grip. You got a question?
You got a question? You want to know what's happening to your 401k? Well, let me go ahead and tweet about it.
Oh, my Lord. He's calling people's questions. What a stupid question. Like I said last time. What a stupid question. What a loser. Calling the lady a loser.
Oh, see, I didn't see all that. The only ironic part that I found about the whole situation was that Fox and CNN actually agreed on something. That's the whole take that I got out of it.
Because they're the press.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, look at that. They finally agreed on something.
They're the press. That's the only thing that I took out of it, too. That's why I started paying attention. I'm like, wait, let me read more into this, because, wait a minute, they're agreeing on something.
That's what caught my attention.
Yeah, it's time to read a little bit more.
I was like, oh, we're going to have a FCNN station pretty soon.
Talk about reading. I read that article you sent me on, what was that? The
Mad Scientist.
I'm not done reading that yet.
Plug him.
Don't spoil it for me, but that's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
But
his podcast is dope.
It reminds it of me, and this kind of like just start doing it, because everything is going to fall into place with the natural order of things.
Yep.
You just got to
consistency.
Yeah, you're going to spin your tires in the beginning. It's only a matter of time.
Yep.
And I need feedback. I tweeted that with the last episode. Like, I need feedback. I don't know what I'm doing yet. We don't know what we're doing yet. You know? We haven't even
Hey,
had.
we
We
could
haven't
be
even filled
100
this
episodes
microphone
in.
up yet.
I
This
know.
third mic is still sitting here. We almost had somebody in here, but
Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to start calling other people's podcasts, and then we show up as guests on their podcast shows.
calling them or calling out people that we know.
Yeah, like,
do a
hey,
shout
like
out.
right now,
I don't
like,
even
hey,
know.
mad scientist.
Hashtag. Well, hashtag that in the
Hashtag.
Tweet.
Let me get on your mad scientist podcast. We'll talk about F5. Reaching
Where is
F5.
he anyway? Where's he located
I
at?
have no idea.
It was up in the ski resort or some where he was.
That's where he
skiing.
had like his
Vacation or whatever. Yeah, whatever.
his epiphany.
not
That's
where
where
he
he had
lives.
his like turning point. You know, it's crazy because we're all
Midlife
like that. I mean,
crisis.
he's 28. I don't know, maybe what it is. Like I tried to ask my dad, not like directly,
Yeah.
but like just trying to see like where my dad was at my kind of same stage in life. Like, what was he going through? What was his thought process?
You have a
know what I
dilemma.
mean?
Were you going Were you nervous about
Yeah, like where were you thinking your life is going to end up? Where you going to hell? And it's just like, I mean, that conversation went like left because it just ended up talking about Trump. But but it's just kind of like I kind of wonder.
on here. You should have brought him with you just now. How crazy would that be? But that's what you got to.
We'll get all the Trump supporters.
I got called a Trump supporter yesterday.
Oh God.
I felt like how dare you moment. This lady thought I was you're probably a Trump supporter, aren't you? Said how.
That's like calling somebody the F word nowadays.
I felt like saying how dare you. Why? Just because I look like a conservative, I guess. I have barely all the workings of a conservative. Barely.
What was your response? Well, you look like a Hillary supporter.
I just shut up. Yeah, I just shut up and just did the work and got
Kid
out of
Bernie.
that dummy's house. Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
That's crazy.
You're in their house. You can't impose political
Bro,
viewpoints.
that's where
I don't think.
This. I promise you. I hope I'm like living in a mountain during this next presidential election because it's gonna get freaking
2020.
nasty. It's gonna get
Who do
not
they
even
have-
by
who do
20
they
by
have
next
to
a
compete?
year from now.
Who do they have to compete with this guy? Who do they have to compete with him?
You know what's funny is I'm calling it now. I'm calling it on episode 9. So hopefully by a year from now we're like on episode 99. But there's gonna be some major celebrity is gonna attempt to run. I don't know who, but it's just they're just gonna do it just because.
No. Celebrity?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Rock?
Can you imagine? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He doesn't have the time. He's busy making movies. He likes making movies and wrestling people. What the?
He doesn't. Yeah, wrestling people. I'm throwing it out there. Terrible choice. Wouldn't support it, but Kanye's probably going to try to.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
No,
Kanye
they
for
can't.
2020.
They can't. He's got too many mental health issues. They won't. That was a hell of a sound effect. I wish I had the headphones on for that one.
Man, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting because something that I did take away from the midterm elections, is the fact that more women and how do you word it?
Feminist.
Not feminist. More women and what's the word I'm looking for?
Are you talking about the men?
Different cultures, like cultures of women. Like, so not only did more women get elected into these midterms, but different cultures like
ethnic Indian,
Indian,
African American,
got into the house. So it's just like stuff. Even there was talking about Mexican too. I guess there was a lot of Mexicans that got in. So just like stuff that you've never really seen throughout the years, where it's always kind of just been the white man before,
Yeah.
So it's who knows, shit.
You know something? I saw that there is 20 lobbyists per Senate seats.
You lost me.
Like there's Senate seats, right?
Yeah.
Seats in the Senate. Am I talking wrong? Is it Senate have lobbyists?
Senate's the higher house.
Or House of Representatives have lobbyists. I think every Senate seat.
Google this.
Every Senate seat has 20 to 22 lobbyists for that one person. There's 20 people keeping this one seat holder happy. Like how?
See, that's the part of the government I really don't
God.
know. Like I remember reading about it, but I don't know enough to talk about it.
One of them's a drug rep. One of them's a EPA. One of them's, different parts of, different parts that represent. Oh my! my head starts imploding at that point. I don't know enough about it, but
that gets a little too.
That's why I want to talk about it because I don't know enough about it. Someone's gonna be like, "Hey, Kevin, shut the fuck up." And I'm like, "No, come on here and educate me, because I'm flexible. I'm not going to be egotistical and be like, I know I don't know. It's something it's embarrassing to say, but I know I don't know, and I'm eager to learn it, or willing to admit that I don't know.
I will say this:
people
kind of like we talked about on last podcast. Like, I think the one good thing that's come out of this, presidential election is the fact that more people in like our generation are actually following. Oh, excuse me, this beer's got me backed up. Actually, like, trying to learn more about politics and kind of understand like how the world goes round.
It's
like,
not just the presidential; it's the political situation that the whole country's in right now. Do you want a water?
Not yet.
No. Or another beer? Doesn't matter.
Beer.
Another beer?
I'll do 2 beers. I can use one. It's been a long week.
But the political standing has got everybody tribalistic. Like that lady that called me a conservative. I felt like breaking down her tribal instincts. Like, it's not left or right. It's not like I'm in a tribe and you're in a tribe. I felt like jumping on a conservative tip and being like, I know all these conservative things, but I don't believe in all of them. But I could have rode that horse into the battle like a knight in shining armor. Like, I could have brought all these talking points up that I hear all the time, that we hear in Fox News, like and on all the conservative things that we hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of it. I could have just hit her with all of it, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to break down the tribe. Instead of doing that, I wanted to, not only that, but I wanted to break down that mentality, that tribalistic mentality where.
Which made her, what made her like lead up to the point that she calls you a Trump supporter? Like, that's just. I want to say that's happened when I was working retail.
She asked me about my family, and I kind of leak a little bit when people ask me about my family. I'm like, I have 5 children, and this is what's, I guess I leak a little bit of information out and tell them, what's going on with me. I don't want to leak too much personal information to these people, because it's only a random interaction. But I guess I gave her enough information for her to just call me a conservative, or call me a Trump supporter.
Oh, that's freaking crazy, bro.
A bleeding heart conservative. I don't know. It's weird.
I think I should probably throw it out there again, because I think I mentioned, people are probably wondering, for other people that follow this, I think in episode like 2 or 3 we started talking about, remember, watch your 401ks.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all leading into what's going on with Trump and everything that he's talking about and tweeting. So if anybody cares to if you care enough, I should say, about your 401k or whatever you choose to invest your money in, and we're gonna talk about cryptocurrencies here in a minute, but just look it up. You can Google it. If you got an iPhone, it's built in. If you have a natural stock app, it's built in. Look at the SPY. That's the name of the stock. It's technically an ETF.
What the fuck is this?
Well, I'm going to break it down. It basically, consider it like the health gauge for the economy, for the stock market, for the economy. A lot of people who invest, they kind of gauge it, because when it's at certain levels, it tends to break down faster. So, like, give you an example. Right now, a key level of support is the 270 price range. And you will notice this trend, and you can research it, you can see it. Midterms came out, and the market was below 270. It was starting to crash. People were getting worried. Then midterm elections came. Results were whatever. They were deemed that they were really great results. The next day, it rallies up to back to, previous month's high, which is like 279. So it was doing fantastic. Everybody's like, oh my God, we're back on track. It's doing exactly what, it's done after every election since 1941. That lasted 2 or 3 days. Crashed down again, just burned and burned and burned, and the Dow keeps dropping day after day. We just suffered 5 straight days of torment on the stock market
since the midterms.
Since the midterms.
What's it at now? Do you know a number?
Right now, it's to the fucking T now. We closed positive. We're at 273, but there's resistance and support levels. So in order for us to be considered trending up, that has to stay above 275. So we're below 275. If it reaches 270 and breaks below, meaning it prints 269, 268, we start heading into what could be perceived as recession levels, bear markets, heading in a downtrend. So once again, no, that's a whole nother thing. Oh, I can go on. I've learned so much this week. Like it's been a very interesting week. I'm actually glad I sat on my hands this week. Only traded a couple things.
3 days off.
3 days off. Traded 2 days. Made one mistake that caused me to kind of sit on my hands a little bit. But great learning.
That's
week.
a term.
Yeah,
sitting on your hands.
Sitting on your hands. So, they say sometimes the best plays are when you don't play at all. Yeah. So just protecting the account.
Learn when to.
You about to say that you got to know when to hold them.
Know when to fold them.
Know when to fold them. Yeah, I was about to say that. But just like I'm telling all my buddies that work in retail right now, just watch your 401ks, man, because the market's so volatile right now that anything can happen overnight. And the part that I meant to tell you, so about watching The Spy. So I got to witness this and I learned this from one of my mentor. It was interesting. If you were following the markets throughout the day, every time The Spy got close to that 270, because remember I told you anything below 270, panic starts to follow. Trump, FOMO, the FOMO started kicking in. Every time this past week that we got near the 270, Trump starts tweeting about China. And what immediately happens? Just, we're back. We're going back up. It was so funny to watch. Like, I didn't believe it. When he was talking about, he's just like, watch, Trump's going to start tweeting about China. I'm like, nah, there's no way. He did that last week.
Did you consider your Trump chart?
I should have. Actually, you know what? I did. My Trump chart made me $200 because after he did tweet one of them, I took a semi-risky play, but I was like, it looks right on paper. The chart looks right. And 3 hours later, it played out beautiful. So the Trump indicator worked well.
God. Sometimes
I promise you, it was funny. It happened today. It happened again today. We were kind of heading in a downturn. We were bouncing around 271, and all of a sudden, it's funny because Trump will tweet something, and he tweeted just something as silly as this. He's like, the Chinese want a deal. So that's leading investors and people to believe, well, why is he tweeting about this?
That was the beginning of the tweet?
More or less in that context.
Oh, okay.
It was the Chinese want a deal. And then, this is what pisses me off. So then immediately, probably like an hour after that happens, then the White House, somebody from like the White House press comes in and steps in and is basically like, well, there's not really a deal. And then the market starts going down again. So it's like, it's just this constant battle. Not necessarily a press conference, but it's more like an official statement per se.
On
it's
Twitter?
Like Twitter, or usually what they do is they leak it to like the news stations, or like they'll release an official statement, and then somebody from like Bloomberg or CNBC will like write an article about it.
So is he on the job when he's doing those stupid tweets? Like
he's on the job 24/7.
Okay, so
like actually,
that seems so impulsive.
Where's my phone at?
We'll get. How many phones you got? I mean, that seems so impulsive and so like.
I don't even know if I want to talk about this on the podcast, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. Look at this; it's still on my Twitter feed. I guess before I get into this, because there's two sides obviously to every story, so I'm curious to hear your opposing view.
I'm not a Trump
This
supporter,
is going to be
go ahead.
This has nothing to do with a Trump supporter.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I guess I didn't clarify that to that lady or to the podcast right now, but I'm not a Trump supporter.
Well, look, this might be episode 9 might be very political and economical and saving.
Political. I was talking about
the White House. This is good though. This is good. I like this.
Let's go.
I just want to know what's your take, unbiased opinion, on the situation with the caravan.
I think it's a lot of people avoiding. Oh no, it's a lot of people. I don't know. I've seen some different information. I haven't really looked into it because I don't think.
Okay, so without even knowing the situation, you don't even need to know
it's people coming here for work because their economy has crashed.
Okay, so
worse than our recession or worse than our depression.
I guess my question should be: do you taking from whatever country they're coming from or not coming from? do you think it's right that we let them in?
Yes, because, well, yes, at the gate there should be like a vetting process. You know, documents from the country you're coming from, and vet them if they're violent people or if they're, you know, if they have a work history, what their work history is. We need skilled labor. We need.
So where should those people go immediately in your eyes? Like let's say that does happen. We vet them
to the new infrastructure or to the new companies that are coming to that are allegedly coming to fruition here. The new companies, the new manufacturing jobs that are allegedly, supposedly,
all the regulations
that are coming to come. You know. That are coming here, that are being generated, but I don't.
Okay, no, I'm gonna turn your mind. No, this is interesting. This is good. People are gonna want to hear this.
It's a loaded question.
No, look. Okay, so you agree with letting them in. Now,
vetting them before letting them in, but yeah, letting them in.
But they're still gonna be in, regardless if we vet them in, we let them in. Oh, look at this, we're rhyming now.
But but then if they don't meet the criteria, leave them in Tijuana or leave them south, leave them on the other side of the wall.
The wall. Okay, yeah. So let's say we're just speaking round numbers here. Let's say there's 5,000. We vet them. 3,000 make the cut. The other 2,000 are sent to God knows where. The other 3,000 come in, and boom, we sent them off. So now, do you think those people had the right to bypass the other 10,000 plus people that entered the proper way, didn't rush the country? And now those people have the right to bypass those other people that have been waiting patiently?
The right? No, but I mean, if they.
So then why is it right for those people to just come in and just kind of skip the line per se?
Did they skip the line? Are there people on the other side waiting to come in?
Of course, every day. The waiting list in the United States like 8 years.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Where are they waiting?
So these people,
where are they waiting?
I mean, it could be people that have already gotten here and are waiting for citizenship. It could be people that are on visas that are having to go back and then come back. But they say the waiting list, and maybe I should Google that stat, but I heard. I could be wrong. I heard it's about.
I guess it depends on the. Sorry to interrupt. I guess it depends on the hardship that they're. I guess it depends on the hardship that they're actually running from or avoiding. But if the people that have been on the waiting list. Why do they get to skip the line, unless they are, what do they call that?
Okay, so now
unless
seeking
they are
asylum.
Seeking asylum.
Okay, so now do you believe they're seeking asylum?
Huh?
Do you believe they're seeking asylum?
No, I don't believe they're seeking asylum, because they've already sent. What are those journalists called? Freelance journalist. I've seen all kinds of Facebook journalism.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. These platforms have gotten a lot of fake news out there and a lot of awesome journalism, independent journalism that's exposed a lot of stuff. But I saw a lot of interviews from different sources interviewing these people that are in the caravan, and because in that caravan they're following them with food and medicine and all kinds of things to keep them basically keeping them safe and alive or whatever. But where was I going with that?
I have no idea.
Damn it.
It's okay to draw blanks.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to add more frustration to this.
These independent journalists, that was what I was saying. Oh my God. These independent journalists were asking them, why are you coming to America? They're asking them those simple questions that, Fox and CNN and CSN, they're not going to go down there and be like, translator, come with me. Let's go to the caravan, walk alongside the caravan like these crazy Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube journalists. They're the ones that are doing that, not CNN and Fox. They're not going to go alongside the caravan like these guys I've seen. They're following the caravan with translators, and they're asking these people, why are you coming? Oh, because the economy has failed miserably where we're from, and they're seeking work, they're seeking jobs, and they didn't even it's
okay, Kevin, let it out.
The asylum the asylum. I know I'm a stuttering motherfucker. Dude.
No.
The asylum word that they said, I'm seeking asylum in America, that was coached. That the asylum part, I'm seeking asylum, is coached. Don't say you're seeking work. Say you're seeking asylum.
Okay.
So were you?
So
loaded,
okay, well, I'm
hit me
going
with
to
that
ask like a
loaded
couple
fucking
other questions. Yeah,
Go ahead.
We're going to
hit me
get
with
debated.
The other side.
Okay.
What do you think about the caravan,
Okay.
Aaron?
Well, no, I'm going to. I'm gonna read you this tweet after we go through this debacle, so that way people can't say that I steered you a certain way. Okay, so now put yourself in their shoes. Let's say this was let's flip the table here for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Mexico was the place to be, and America was the shithole, and you're leaving America, and you're gonna try to go to their country yet,
right? And
you're seeking asylum. How would you feel? Or okay, let me see if I word this right, so I don't screw myself up. What do you think you would feel in regards to your country that you're coming from? Do you love it? Do you hate it? You're wanting to leave your country to go work in another, or go leave to another country. How do you think your mental state of mind, or your thought, or what do you think of the country you're leaving? Are you like, man, like I hate where I live, I just want to move somewhere else, or I love where I live? Like
permanently? Are they permanently?
Yeah, I mean, obviously these people are making a permanent move. Nobody walks 5,000 miles just to come over here for a vacation.
I don't know.
Do you
I
think?
would
Do you
talk
think
shit
they
about
hate?
it. Yeah,
you,
I would
you,
talk shit about it. I
you
would
would
be
talk
like,
shit. Okay,
yeah.
you would talk shit. Okay.
Keep going. No, don't look at the TV.
All right, so now I'm gonna read you a tweet from Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And you can't help but somewhat kind of just wonder, because everybody thinks this caravan is staged. The timing of it, this is my unbiased opinion, so people can hate me or not. If you see the video, and I don't remember if I talked about the video of the lady from Mexico. No. These are Mexican citizens. This isn't staged. This isn't somebody that paid.
Guatemalan and Mexican.
Yeah, this is a Mexican lady posting on her own social media basically saying that she's upset because she got to witness firsthand this caravan pass through Mexico City and destroy it. And when I say destroy it, I'm talking, so their claim is they're hungry, they have no work, they're poor, but yet they left behind full plates of food, untouched, uneaten. They left behind full clothes that never even touched, that were given to these old Mexican people that they gave their own, their personal belongings.
Not only that, is their city's taxes are paying for the
and
the policing and you would think of these people.
Somebody with that mindset, like, okay, I got a poor mindset, I'm abundant, I got to be thankful. No, they just trashed the city, completely just trashed. So then,
it's an invasion, Aaron. Go ahead, hit me with
Donald Trump tweets.
Oh God, Jesus, we're reading Trump tweets. Go ahead.
Isn't it ironic that large caravan of people are marching to our border wanting USA asylum because they are fearful of being in their country, yet they are proudly waving their country's flags?
Oh, yeah.
Can this be possible?
Wow.
Yes, because it's a big con and the American taxpayers paying for it.
Oh, boy.
I told you it's going to get deep. This is going to be a real deep political...
I was looking at it objectively, and I kind of hit in the middle, didn't I?
You did.
I kind of hit right there in the middle. But you know what's a good thing? I just Googled, I YouTubed caravan. And we see Fox with only 8,000 views. But we see Univision. I'm interested in seeing that. Univision, isn't that Hispanic television?
Yeah, it's like the Hispanic, basically.
If they're covering it, wouldn't you think it'd be objective if it was Univision? I'm kind of reluctant to hit any of these. Fox. Look at the main coverage is Fox, but I kind of don't want to do this on here, but I don't care. Well, look, CNN's there. Why Trump isn't talking about the caravan? Reality check.
I mean, he's tweeting about it. That was a day ago, so clearly that's wrong.
I don't know.
I don't know where I stand on it, because this is what scares me.
1 day ago, 1 hour ago. What?
Oh, well, this is what scares me. Like, I get it. Like, I like to look at both sides, and I'm not gonna pick just one side. Like, I get it. If they truly are seeking asylum, I'm not saying that there's not bad or good people in there. There probably is people that truly do want better for themselves. So who are we, or who am I to stop them from trying to reach or pursue their dreams?
Right.
At the same time, I look at our side as America, as a country. Forget the president, whoever the president is. I mean, this is no different if Hillary or whoever was president. It doesn't really matter. The fact that, I mean, the world's watching how we're going to respond to this right now. You know these other countries are watching, and they're just saying, if America lets these people through their border and they just simply marched up there, what's to stop ISIS or anybody else from doing the same? You know what I mean? So this is the shit that I think about.
They already say ISIS is mixed in with them.
I don't, you know, I agree. There probably are.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God I don't live next to those border states. You just never know, you know?
That's scary, man.
But it's scary to think about it. I mean, it can happen anywhere. It's no different than, you know, an American fleeing to another country and doing something crazy over there.
We don't. We go to other countries and we try to impose, like, the betterment of humanity. Like, we go to Iraq and we try to build their own police force for them.
Yeah.
We go over there and we're bullies, kind of. We go over there. I guess we don't have a say in it because
no.
The American military goes over there and they kind of just like they do carpet bombs. They do drone strikes that hit more civilians than. I mean, so we're enticing that country to hate us. You know, or I mean, it's when that statistic came out, when those statistics came out that Obama's drone under Obama, not Obama under Obama, the drone strikes had more civilian casualties than targeted individuals that we were targeting, like violent terrorists and Al Qaeda, ISIS members. I mean, we're
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm nervous to see when this caravan gets there because, like, I know everybody's thinking, like, with all the amount of military troops that are there, what's going to happen? Is somebody going to get trigger happy?
Are we literally sitting over the wall with machine guns pointing at this caravan?
That's what I'm saying.
Saying, behave yourself, go to this tent, talk to this person, check this, check that box, check, you know, go to this tent for this, go to this medical tent, go to, you know, what do we do? What is the vetting process? Why isn't there more cameras there?
Like you said, I think this is a two-sided story. Like, I don't even think it's just the world watching. If this is truly semi-staged, let's just say, if it's truly semi-staged, I can see the other political party kind of using this against Donald Trump and saying, like, oh, well, hey, I mean, you're the one that let him in, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like just completely turning it against him if ultimately they do get in.
But
and something bad happens.
It seems like they want him to let them in.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then they're going to turn around and hold it against him? Fucking
So it's like it's a bad situation no matter what you're looking at.
What else did that lady say on that interview, or that lady posting? You said they left plates of food and clothes, free clothes.
She was just.
What else?
She's just pissed. She was just pissed. It's like no different. Like if here in LaBelle we let a bunch of people from Fort Myers come and just like trash our city for one weekend, and this whole time they were saying oh well we're poor and we just need a place to stay and we're so grateful for anything, and then you don't show any signs of that. So it's like, all right, well, either A, somebody else has got to be behind this, and you're clearly getting spoon fed by somebody else, or you guys have food. Like, I mean, you look at some of the stuff, like they have like I don't know. I mean, I guess I just look at it different. Like if you're truly coming from like a war torn or like a bad country per se, and I'm not saying it's perfect over there, but there would be clear signs. You know what I mean?
More clear and present, like the independent journalism would have more interviews and more.
Yeah, and I mean, even look at like think of like a. Oh, go ahead.
Keep it going. You want to pause it?
I have to pause it. I'm gonna start talking to myself. Okay. Dark thoughts.
Can you hold it or no?
No, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna pause it real quick. And we're back. The comments are, what are they saying about the Trump tweet?
Yeah, just the comments are. You just get to see both sides. That's why I always like reading the comments, because you always get to see like both sides of where people say.
It's crazy. And
just
does it bring any popular people to the top of the trend?
Oh hell yeah! There's algorithms now. Like usually, what happens is the tweet that's getting like the most interactions. Yeah. They tend to kind of keep at the top.
And then the blue check marks make it to the front, or no?
I think they base it on like activity. Like if people are engaging with that comment,
and they're retweeting that comment, and then that makes it to. I guess yeah.
That's how the algorithm works.
Twitter is really confusing for me.
I fucking love Twitter, bro.
I like it too, but it's so vortexy with not video. I like how it's a different vortex than Facebook. It's like It's like
I like because it's short. It's just everything
it's like
is
bing, bam,
boom,
boom, bam, bam. But it's still a time consuming.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah, dude!
It's still a time consuming thing. Where else were we talking about? Where else
we're going everywhere.
We're jig jobbing all over the place. We're talking about Obama's drone strikes. And oh my god,
let's touch base on cryptocurrencies real
quick
because something major happened this week.
Change off the political mumbo jumbo.
Man, I wish I had like somebody else that was like into cryptos so that I can come on here and give like a different point of view. Like I need to find somebody to interview, and
I wish I knew somebody.
It sucks because I'm actually kind of eating my words, and not really because
you don't want to share too much because you might have your own spin, and that might be your
there's the classic
maker,
there's the classic buy the dip kind of mentality where like if cryptos are going, this is the way people look at it. The people that are long, which mean they want cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin to continue to rise in price, usually whenever there's like a major dip, that just it presents a buying opportunity for them. So that means they're just buying more at a cheaper price and causing their overall price to go down. So they're accumulating more, hopefully for setting themselves up for bigger success. So if you look at anybody that's talked about Bitcoin for the last month, and you look at the charting side of it, this is where it gets very interesting. Bitcoin's been, ever since that big major run-up in January where everybody became rich.
January of 15, 16?
No, January of this year.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people became millionaires January this year. This is where everybody still doesn't know like how to take this whole Bitcoin thing.
It seemed like longer ago than that, but that was the
big bull run was literally from this time, bull from like run. November. Yeah, that's what it's called, bro. The bull run
on crypto.
On crypto, it was the bull run, baby. It was like honestly, like I don't know where the fuck I was at. Like my mind was focused somewhere else, and we can have a whole separate podcast about that. But I mean, anybody who followed cryptos in that time frame and was smart about it and not greedy could have just made ungodly amount of money, just like nothing within days. You know what I mean? That's how crazy it was.
Or would you take 100,000 and make a million out of it? Or?
Oh yeah, there's people became millionaires. Like smaller amounts.
Smaller
because
amounts?
You got to remember, it's all percentage based. So like it wasn't off of Bitcoin exactly. Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was rising, it kind of like the sheep followed. Like it was just all the other smaller coins just started getting these over exaggerated price evaluations. So you would have these coins that were, let's say, 3 cents before the bull run. So, at 3 cents, I could drop in, $1,000 and I have a massive amount of these little we call them shit coins. Shit coins. But then Bitcoin starts running, the shit coin starts running. So all of a sudden, like within a week, you're like, holy fuck, dude, I put in $1,000 and this shit grew by 1,000%. So you just made $100,000 in like 3 days.
Do you have to get off of it?
Well, this is the thing. So like,
what if does that value drop back down, or does it hold more of a value?
This is the thing. So when you present that kind of volatility to your average Joes like you and I, and maybe these people just really don't know how money. And even if I would have been investing back then, I would have fallen into the same traps. Like you get programmed in this mind where like, well, holy shit, it did this in 3 days. Let me keep holding. Where anybody else smart would be like, well, shit, dude, like I didn't have $100,000 3 days ago. So you know what? Let me just call it safe. This is a blessing. Let me pull my money and be smart.
Pay my house off.
No,
blah blah blah.
They kept their money in, and then yes, it kept growing and growing and growing, and that's where the greed kicks in.
100,000 turned to 300, turned to 7.
And what they don't realize is when the drop happened, it wasn't like a slow decline. It wasn't like, oh,
I'm gonna hang in there.
It's just dropping a little bit. I might sell if it does this.
Yeah.
It was just like within a couple of days, just you know what I mean? It's just like, boom.
I would cry.
Oh, of course, people.
I would cry.
People were. So you got two kind of people.
I wonder what would set in, like the cold shivers, the goosebumps, the. Like
I felt it before. Feeling? Yeah, I felt it in the stock market. I mean, it's no different. Cryptos are no different than the stock market. Like you get this big ass return. You start FOMOing. You thinking like it's never gonna go down. Then it goes down, and then you're just like, oh my God, fuck. And then the other part kicks in. You're like, I should have. I could have. I would have. I should have. And then the next time it can happen again, and you're gonna run into the same thing. I should have, could have, would have. And it's all a psychological game.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And then so fast forwarding 10 months later, you start getting all the analysts coming out, and they're looking at the charts. Yeah, well, January to, what are we in, November?
August. No, I mean, in August was another...
There's been like little rallies.
Famous, like a fame boost. Not necessarily the price boost, but the fame.
Well, that was because
all
of
the apps and the stats and the...
No, the apps have been growing since before then. That's the crazy part. That, like, this shit's been going on for 5 years. It's just that big of a run. Like, if you look at the people that held Bitcoin back in 2013, like, they're still sitting on whatever money they put in. They're still sitting on like a 5,000% return. So they're not selling. They could give a shit if Bitcoin drops, $200-$300 a day or something like that, because regardless, their overall account is still up.
What about transactions?
What do you mean?
Like purchases and payments and...
Well, long-term investors aren't really using Bitcoin for that kind of like stuff.
Why is it being used like a stock market and not being used as freaking currency like they wanted it to be in the first?
I'm going to go ahead and throw it out. It's regulation. It's that because it's not
then
regulated
it's
yet.
Then it's a stupid game.
Oh, of course, dude. You can't. If you look it up, the amount of companies that have gotten busted, that like people like you and I that, and granted, a lot of more of this has happened on the other side of the world. Like China's a big, I guess you can call it consumer, but of just cryptocurrencies.
Less regulation for them because they use it.
Well, they use it, but then they also believe in it. But then it's not regulated, so it's like
they pay.
I could like as an investor, let's say like as an investor, let's say I had $300,000 right now, and I wanted to put it in cryptocurrency. There's nobody in the U.S. guaranteeing that if something were to happen or that company that's on the exchange goes bad, my $300,000 is gone. It's not like your bank. Your bank will secure you for $250,000 right now.
Right.
And that's what's happened. There's been so many scams where these fake exchanges have opened up, and there's lawsuits all about it. So it's like, who do you really believe? So now finally, like you have like Coinbase is an American exchange, one of the biggest in the world. Like they're finally starting to get like laws in place. Like it's just taking time. That's the problem. People don't understand. So like we just had a massive dip. Bitcoin's been trending down, and for the chart guys out there, usually when you have that kind of descending triangle, like it's bound to burst, and usually it's going to burst up. Well, it did the opposite. It burst down. So like everybody was panicking this past week and like, oh, Bitcoin's dead. And then to make matters worse, the stock market was fucking crashing. So everybody's like, oh, the end of the fucking world. Like it's just like Twitter was amazing. Like it was just, you open up your feed and like everybody's just like, just fuck this and fuck that. And oh, I said this. And
what about Yahoo Finance? They have Bitcoin
all
currency.
over. Yeah, hell yeah. Yahoo Finance, do all my alerts this week. Oh, Bitcoin's at its new yearly low. Bitcoin's dead and all this. And it's just like, these are people that really don't understand. Like, I'm still a firm believer in a lot of people. Like, charts do tell the truth, but because cryptocurrency, in my eyes, isn't regulated, it violates the charts. Because so many people that I followed on Twitter that are like gurus, I'm going to call them, in like cryptocurrency, like they'll make these evaluations, and if you were to do those same evaluations on a stock,
going up, red coin's smoking hot.
Well, they'll have all the technical analysis behind
buy,
the stock,
buy.
and it does exactly what they say. But when you apply those same fundamentals to a cryptocurrency, it's like they're literally all eating their words. They're like, oh, well, yeah, it was supposed to go up, but I mean,
like Homer Simpson back into the bushes.
Yeah, yeah, like
the meme or that GIF. Homer Simpson back into the bushes.
It's crazy. And then there's this big group of what they call whales. There's like hidden people that are sitting on such a massive amount of all these different coins that there's that fear. Like at any moment they could just be like, fuck this. Like I already got my money. I'm pulling out. And it'll cause a massive scare. So it's just, there's all this uncertainty behind these cryptos. Am I a believer that one of those cryptocurrencies is going to take over as a world currency? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to happen tomorrow? Fuck no.
Heck no.
But it's coming. There's
going
to be a world currency, and it's coming. It could be 20 years from now, 10.
And it's going to be crypto.
It's going to be based off of the fundamentals of crypto, of the blockchain.
On Yahoo Finance, I saw an article that China, or Hong Kong's in China, right? They pay their workers with their regular currency and crypto.
Probably.
So they but they pay them. It was really confusing. It was so confusing. I had to, that when you press backwards on YouTube a couple times, like I did that like 7 or 8 times. Like 30 seconds back. Let me go 20 seconds back. Let me go 10 seconds. Wait a minute, 10 seconds back, because it's so confusing when they. I can't even start it. When they would pay them, when their raises would come, they wouldn't give them their raises. They would give them the difference in crypto. And I can't explain
see,
it.
that's the part.
They would give them the crypto, but they wouldn't. They'd give them the crypto difference in the raise, and then they would match. I can't. My brain's not working.
It's a lot. Like it's honestly, and that's a perfect example.
Because what their money was gonna be, or what their money was supposed to be, or what the crypto is gonna be. They're trying to. I can't.
Look. Into your defense, like, and I think and I think this is leading to what you want to talk about. So this is a perfect example of this is the part that I don't understand, and I don't think people don't understand about Bitcoin and cryptos in general. So you have all. Let's take some U.S. transactions. Forget what's going on the other side of the world. It's all about America right now. Let's take some U.S.-based transactions that have happened in cryptocurrency.
Go.
There's been Texas, even in Florida, Miami, for instance.
Orlando, Miami.
Yeah. Let's take the housing market, for instance. People have bought a house in full Bitcoin. I'm going to keep round numbers here.
Yes.
Let's just say I bought a house today, and I paid for that house. Oh, shit, let me keep an easy number here. Okay, since it's Miami area, 60 Bitcoin. Let's just say somebody sold me a house for 60 Bitcoin, and at that current time and day, the price of Bitcoin was $6,000. So let's do easy math here. 6,000 times 60. What's that? 6 times 6 is 36. So 360,000. Let's say that's what I gave the bank or whoever the hell accepted that payment for Bitcoin, 360,000. So now that person has $360,000 in Bitcoin.
Okay.
Now, in my eyes, the only reason they accepted that Bitcoin is because with the intent to keep it, hoping that it grows. So yes, one dude paid $360,000 in Bitcoin for a house. His transaction's done. It was probably an easy transaction. This next guy has $360,000 that current day of Bitcoin in hopes that it goes up. So yes, his investment, let's say Bitcoin went up to 7,000, which is done plenty of times. So he just made $1,000 more per of his 60 Bitcoins that he owns. So he made $60,000. But what if it goes the other way, which it has, and it drops? So now you just, in my eyes, you lost on your investment. So that's the part to me that I don't know until we can figure out how that all comes to play, where if you're paying somebody or you're paying for some kind of service with Bitcoin, how does it not lose its value?
Right.
If that's all we have right now.
Right. That's why I think the other country was doing it, their regular currency, with it. They were mixing it. They were playing with it.
And I think that's what's coming.
To see if they want to use it, to see if they want to make it solid. They don't trust it. Even in Hong Kong, they don't trust it.
They're like, and I agree with that part. I agree.
Yeah.
That's the part where I'm like, somebody needs to come. And I get there's probably solutions, and maybe I don't know all my homework behind it. I'm still learning. I'm still new to this. But it's just like, I think they're going about it wrong. I think they need to treat Bitcoin for the technology that it is, which is the blockchain and what it provides, how it makes
such a secure
transactions more secure when it's done right, faster. As opposed to,
faster and more universal, more...
Yeah, where you don't have to worry about going through exchanges and, I got to exchange my dollar to a yen and a pound and all this other crazy stuff. Just like, no, let me get my Bitcoin and let me go to China and pay somebody in Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where it's going to be the world change, where we're going to have that one world currency. But it's just, how do you back it up? How do you regulate? There's so much shit that's beyond you and I. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's beyond. That's why my brain just farted when I tried to bring up that article, because I had to rewind it.
Yeah.
And listen to it.
I personally, and like I hope you keep these podcasts keep live so I can reflect on this 10 years from now and be like, hey Kevin, remember when I said this on the podcast?
It'll be there. Yeah, it'll be there for a long time, man.
I think the
and
first
it reoccurs
step
every month. Every month I get more data to be able to add to it.
Oh, of course.
Every month.
I'm calling it now. I think the first step is going to be one of the big banks accepting one of these cryptocurrencies for the technology, and the technology that I feel right now is going to have the biggest demand where the two and two can play hand in hand,
right,
is that it's been proven that in transaction time, so the time it takes to send money from here to the other side of the world and the fees associated with it on the cryptocurrency side compared to your Western Unions, your other transfers, it's a night and day difference. Yeah. So bing, why? Bing. Yeah. Well, like if you were in China right now and I'm like, hey Kevin, let me send you $50,000.
So fast.
Boom! I paid.
How fast is your internet connection? That's the only contingency.
That's
the only problem.
It cost me maybe $30 to send that. Where now you send $50,000 through Western Union, you're gonna pay a couple $1,000s. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just that's the first step, and then from there, who knows where it fucking goes from there? Like sky's the limit at that point, I guess. Every bank will have their own.
But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be harder when it becomes more used. It's going to be harder it's going to be harder. No, it's going to be easier to regulate, and it's going to be harder to tip and to cheat the government. It's going to be harder. Like where you getting this money from? Oh, we know exactly where you got this money from. You did side jobs. You did unlicensed work. You did. How did you get this money from him, and him, and him, and him? Yep. What are you doing? Let me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're not documenting all these income that you say you're not getting. Like you say your income is this, but then when you get off work for this documented job and income taxes, or this tax job,
electronic paper trail.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like you're gonna walk this person's dog for side money. You're gonna clean this person's house. I'm gonna fix their stuff. I'm gonna pressure wash their house. It's all gonna be tracked. And that's fear.
Where the nano ledgers come in. Ledgers,
but that's the fear that people have. That's the reluctance to join and use it in America, at least.
They just don't understand it. That's
because of the free market here.
Yep.
It's I don't know. It's like people are
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens 5 years from now. Like
Me too.
I want some of these people that have probably put their hard life savings into just agreeing with the future, if you want to call it that, and
just going with the ebbs and flow.
Yeah,
just going with it.
Like there's a lot of people I follow on Twitter like that have really great concepts. They've literally kind of done what I've done on the flip side. They've left their full-time jobs and become full enthusiasts of cryptocurrencies. I mean, they go to different trades. They're following on the technology. They talk about it daily. They've started.
They go to
channels.
seminars.
Yeah, it's their whole lives have become involved around this, and it's cool. It's just cool that's brought that new set of people out there. Yeah. That new set of entrepreneur per se. So interesting. I'm curious to see how it plays out.
And how I don't know, man. Like I said, it's going to be hard, or it's going to be hard for people to join in if it's going to be so easily tracked like that, Oh
man, we're at the stage where everything's tracked in this world. That's why I'm a firm believer in look. Like I'm going to throw it out there. Like people and coming from the retail business and cell phones, like people have this conception like, well, I need to have like a bajillion passwords, and they always forget their passwords. They always need help resetting it. So like, why make your life more difficult? And I use damn near like the same password for everything. Yeah. I have like two different altered at the end to make my life different, because I'm a firm believer if like, dude, ain't no 100-string password gonna keep the hacker out. No. He's gonna get in my account whether it's 100 characters or one character.
The thing is, it's like a clean house, and the intruder's dirty as shit.
Yeah,
isn't it? It's just like someone was in here fucking with some shit.
Yeah,
you're gonna know there was a bear in your cabin.
That's
what
I'm saying.
It's like it's gonna be so clear and present.
Yep.
Like he's gonna change something. He's gonna leave a trail. It's so easy. It's so easy now. Or instead, I don't know, what was it before? Like, was it not traceable?
Well,
hackers are
And not only that, I mean, all these companies are giving you.
Unless there's something in there they're after.
All these companies give you the alerts you need and the data and the protection that you need. So, like, I can imagine, like, like in our parents' day and age, you could go fucking probably like 10 years and not even realize like your identity was being used on the other side of the world. Nowadays, your social gets ran somewhere else.
What is that?
It's like you're gonna get alert. I mean, if you do it right, you can get alerts and like, your social is used in California. Oh shit, well I'm in Florida.
But they were making like they were keeping it low key. You know what I'm saying? Like they were. Of course. They were keeping it low key, using the credit, and then accumulating, and then
you just don't know,
and then dumping it. And then dumping it on the person, like then totally screwing them up.
Well, people wouldn't know until they got their monthly bank statement. You're already 30 days late by then. You're like, hey, Kevin, did you charge this?
Not only that, they would keep it. They would reroute it. Like they would change it. Yep. And it was all. A lot of it was like, it was old school. It was hard, physical, more hardened and more physical. Like it would go
to the physical. Of all those $3 transactions that your average person.
That's the way they do it now, though. But back in the day, they would just, I don't know, they would like utilize it, build it up, and then jump it. Like they'd create a debt worth, like start a small debt, and then build it up to like $700,000. That happened to one of my dad's friends had like a huge. I don't remember any details about it, but it being a lot of money, and then he had to get like like a lawyer, and it finally got that like removed. I think it was like $700,000. But it was like up in the air for a while until the legal matters evened out.
Fuck.
And then finally they removed it from him. But now we have so many things in play like Credit Karma, and like you were telling people, check your 401k, see where your money's at right now all the time. See what your
apps, man. Yeah. There's an app for freaking everything out there to just stay connected. And you, at this day and age, you just got to embrace it. Like, so many people are like, oh, well, I just don't want my information. Like, dude, your information's out there regardless. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, when you signed up for that your first credit card and that free service, your information's out there. And what?
When you sign up for your first credit card, you put your information out there.
Yeah, dude, all your shit's out there.
Or what did you put it on?
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. I don't even think I haven't told you about this yet. Oh, I'm about to blow your mind.
Come on, let's keep it going.
I haven't told you about this.
Let's go.
You know what? You should probably put this in the link, and everybody that's listening to this, you should go to this website, and this shit will blow your mind. Go to mylife.com.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah,
type in your name.
You plugged this last time.
I did, right?
Yeah.
I did.
What was it about, though? What would we say? You said My Life?
mylife.com. Plug in your information.
Uh-huh.
And just see all the shit that's out there.
And you had to remove some stuff.
I did. I got it finally removed. I got it removed. You can.
Do you have to pay for it?
No. You just have to send an email in a certain template, and they'll try to sell you on, for $1 you can just remove the information yourself. No, bitch. That $1 is going to cost you another $20 a month. They're going to get you in a monthly fee. You're eventually going to cancel, but then they still make $21 off of you.
So
that's how they make their money. It's just a scam.
So you got your stuff removed from mylife.com.
mylife.com.
That's so simple.
So simple. But all your shit's on there, bro. I can look up your whole family on there.
Should I do it right now while we're on there?
Look at our watch. Check it out. You'll see Kevin Burke. You'll see who you're married to, your sisters, your brothers. You'll see your neighbors. Everybody.
Do you have to pay to see it?
Nope.
mylife.com?
mylife.com.
So other people...
Fucking scam, bro. Like, honestly, I'm surprised they haven't been sued yet. There's a lot of class action lawsuits. They just claim it's public information, but come on, the way they're organizing the public information,
that's too easy. It's got a whole template for your name and everything.
Yep. They classify themselves as a people search network.
Do I say I'm searching for myself? Does everybody fucking do that?
Nope. Just you don't even fill that out. Just
I do a little check box.
Nope.
Don't select that.
Nope.
See reputation score.
Do it.
I feel
that's
where they get you even Black worse. Mirror episode.
This is where they get you even worse. Like, how are you judging people?
Oh my god!
Yes,
this is scary.
Yes.
See background and reputation score.
Go ahead.
Do I click that?
You can see anything you want.
This is scary, Aaron. I'm getting the green. Is that good?
To them, who are they to say that you're a good citizen or this or that? And they're going to scare you with those big red alerts at the top, probably saying that you're this, that, and the third. They just want you to sign up so you
Caucasian.
can get Christian. Yep. Hey, you know
I'm listed as a Christian.
Yeah.
Kevin is now single. Natalie's gonna fucking murder these people.
Bro, they even give you your own description of yourself.
Natalie Kevin is now single. Other family members, I'm not gonna say. Reported annual income. Heck yeah, tell the IRS that shit. Look at my income. I wish that was my income. I'd be on so many tax credits. It'd be crazy. View all details. Oh my god, this is scary, man. The most up to minute? Yes. Well, wait a minute. This has got to be the place where all these identity thief people go.
Like, how are you going to tell me you know who my family members are? It tells you your email addresses.
It doesn't have all of them. It doesn't have all my family members, thank God.
But you know, well, when you click one, then that'll link the other one. It's a continuous link.
Oh, yeah, because it'll open a little bit. Yeah, because you know what? It's got those enticing little windows. You click this one and you get another family. Yeah, because, I had one and then I selected another one and it opened up another one. Wow. You know what it is, though? Since a certain age, I've been... Oh, my Lord. Since a certain age, I've lived with these people. But then, you know what I'm saying?
That's how they get
like, it doesn't have certain people on here that I wasn't living with.
Nope. All those applications
my first
you
income
filled
age.
out.
No, yeah, job applications. Wow, this is freaking nuts. Social media.
Bro.
Local and federal, social media, public web, dark web. What? What's the dark web?
Oh, you can go on forever.
What's the dark web? You tired?
That's like the black market of the internet.
So there's no monetization. There's like no.
No, they're going to try to sell you a dark pool scan, and it's just, again, another way to get $1 out of you times 1 million people and make $1 million.
Kevin Burke's report may contain graphic content. Oh my God, Aaron! Why did you? Everybody listening to this that I know, like if people that I know listen to this, if they even give me that time, I appreciate it. But you should go on here and remove like. I'm gonna request. How do you gotta show me the details? You're getting tired. You should show me the details of how to. You gotta give me the template.
Write an email to them.
You gotta give me the template. But this is scary, man. Everybody, go on mylife.com, search yourself, and go through the process. Next episode, we'll come back on, and we'll write it down beforehand, and we'll try to script it a little bit. I don't want to script this podcast, but I want to tell people next episode. Maybe I'll try to remember it genuinely. But this is scary, man.
It's a joke, bro.
Oh my God! I know it's public information, but I want my
it's the way they word the public information.
Not,
like you said, anybody can go to the county records and look up your stuff, but it's the way they word it. And there's actually a lawsuit on it right now. I guess a lady applied for a job. And somehow this job used this website to just look at people they're interviewing. And the website claims that she's a criminal or she has criminal background or records, but it's not. That's the selling part of the website. They want you to click that.
Yeah, because I went to that and that's a dead end. That's a dead end. But
she had nothing on her record. And then she even paid for it and it led them nowhere. It's just like they were just assuming. You know what I mean?
Traffic.
So she didn't get the job because of it.
Criminal, this and that.
Yep.
You know, people's Facebook will prevent them from getting a job too.
Oh, we talked about that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Damn. Overexposure.
What are we talking about?
Putting your foot in your mouth. Oh, LinkedIn.
The LinkedIn Facebook.
Where does that stand right now with you? How do you like that? What's going on? You don't like LinkedIn? Not a fan of it?
No. Yes and no. I got a love-hate relationship with LinkedIn right now.
Because you've denied the uniform lifestyle. You don't want to put the uniform on and go to work.
It's not even about that. It's just I just don't.
That's a broad brush I just painted you with. My bad.
Yeah, you hit me kind of wide there.
Yeah, but there's a lot more to it than that, and I just said that so broadly because I'm.
It's just a different. I guess you can call it a different approach to the way we usually think. Oh, look at this! I'm getting alerts.
But let me try to word this better than that. That's crazy. But
hold on.
What you don't want? You want to be your own boss, so you don't want to do the uniform and the you know, my certifications, my experience, that this is me in this professional platform, and don't look at my Facebook because you're my boss, you're my coworkers. Is that fair?
It's about right. It's just basically like you said. It's like to me, it's like your resume. It's like
it's a flowing resume. It's a liquid resume.
Yeah, it's like this is I don't fucking know. Like to me, it's all fake, bro. It's all fake. Like social media. There was an article that came out this past week where they were talking about how social media leads to like 20%, and like 20% of millennials have like suffer depression. Yep. Yeah. And I mean, it's true. It's true. Like social media has gotten to that point where.
Did you talk about that last time with the Cuban thing?
Which one?
The last episode, I think you were talking about the Cubans and the FaceTime and.
Well, no, that was with the FaceTime with them, like their perception of it. But it's just
you were going somewhere with the millennials. Sorry to interrupt you. Where were you going with the millennials and the Facebook?
No, they're just talking about like. I mean, it's true. Like you look at. I mean, I'm even victim of it. You know, when you see like these YouTube videos and stuff like that, where you get sucked into. Let's take like somebody that just came out of high school. They're like 19 years old. Maybe they want to go to college. Maybe they don't. And you got like this other 19-year-old that on his Facebook he's done XYZ and he's, you know, at his age already a millionaire and doing all this.
Comparison.
So you're just like, well, why has he got that and I don't?
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yep.
That's what these kids need to know.
Yep.
All this comparison and jealousy is going to take away your joy. The joy that you can have with the social media.
Yeah. And
your own. Make good of what you have. Enjoy life. What don't. I
look at like the rappers. So I like you look at these new rappers, and there's a new. They're calling it a new wave of rappers. You have your radio rappers, like they make the mixtape. They want to get it played on the radio, get it out to all the people, and then you have your Instagram rappers. Your social medias, they're the ones that are like the underground, post a lot of pictures, do crazy stuff. Like, I'm sorry, like, whatever. I respect, there's a lot of people out there hustling, they're making their money, they're doing what they have to do. But you see all these other people that are getting like these face tattoos. Like these face tattoos have kind of become like the in thing. Like they're not doing
6ix9ine, Lil Yachty.
They're not doing it because like they're doing it for attention. That's what it is. Like nothing in your right mind should be like, yeah, I need to get a fucking tattoo on my face just because.
No, I'm hood.
Yeah, they're doing it for attention.
I'm a real hood.
Like, yeah,
I'm real to my block. These are my people.
These are my people.
These are my people on my cheek.
On my cheek, like like all it is just attention. That's all it really is. Yeah. You look at the majority of them, it's just they're seeking attention.
Colorful hair.
People are gonna like it. They're on the Instagram doing the little videos, and then they got like the tutti frutti hair, and it's just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like whatever, I get it. More power to you. If that's what you want to do to make money, more power to you. I'm not gonna stop you.
Right.
But it's just a trend. You know what I mean? That's all it is to it.
Is it a trend that's gonna end?
Eventually, something will take over, and the trend will stop. I mean, I don't see a lot of people putting tattoos all over their face anymore. It's like that now. You have that niche of people that have already made their money and their market on it. Yeah, they're running it. You know what I mean? So they're
still running it.
Yeah, the next guy's gonna come in with a bajillion tattoos on his face. It's gonna be like, oh,
you ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing. You're sorry. You should have got a bajillion and one tattoos, and we would have liked you. You know what I mean? Like that field's already played out. So now, who knows let's see what the next field brings. Yeah, it might be like the freaky haircut people.
The attention is already like, okay, we got enough of that.
Yeah, like all right.
What else? Whoa, wait a minute. There's something. Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
Squirrel. A dog and a squirrel over here.
Dude's 18 with a shaved in the middle haircut. Yep. Like, who knows?
I don't know, man. What?
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, just the Instagram, who can get as many followers.
I think the next wave of
who can
social media
so much
is going to be that, kind of like that My Life is trying to do, the social score. Watch, that's going to be the next. Yeah. That's going to be the next thing. Like,
there's not. You think it was going to be a score number, like a 0 to a million or 0 to 100,000?
You haven't seen heard about the show Black Mirror? I think it's called Black Mirror.
I just referenced that when I pulled up this. Like, this reminds me of Black Black Mirror episode.
That's what it's going to be like, bro. Mark my words.
Social score.
Yep. It's going to be like, well, let me put on this fake image so that I can get a 5 social score, and that's going to get me, like, free groceries for a week, or who knows what it's going to bring. You know what I mean?
Monetization of it.
I think, you know what, they were talking about that. China, matter of fact, is already going through, like, a trial or something like that. Like,
they attach it to their credit score.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Speaking of that, you know what I find interesting? Something else that I learned about China. I think it's China. China or London. So, sorry, I don't know which country, but somebody can correct me. The fact that it's like the most cameras in that city.
Yeah.
So it's like they know so much about you. Like, these are cameras that are constantly reading, like, your face, your body language, so they
what
can...
you're carrying.
Yep, you can walk by a camera, and the camera's already saying, oh, that's Aaron Cruz, you know,
taking a bag
28 years old.
This.
Yep.
Went to this store.
Like, how do you get that advanced? Who saw that? Because obviously that's not something they did in a year.
Behavioral analysis.
Yeah, it's beyond me, bro. It's fucking crazy.
So they're analyzing your behavior. So they're on your social media, selling you stuff, right? Like we were talking about selective marketing. Is there any more accurate than that when they're doing that with all those cameras? What are they gonna do? Like on your way home, are the signs gonna change?
Yeah,
signs gonna slap you in the face on the way home. Hey, you forgot something on the way home.
Yep. That's
my God.
We're getting to. They're already talking about that, where they can already, in some of those countries, they can cater the ads on TVs, like live billboards, if you want to call them, based on who's looking at that billboard at the current moment. So, like, you and I could be looking at the same billboard, but I'm seeing, like, a stock market ad, and you're seeing, like, an appliance ad.
I wonder if that's an algorithm that they have in place, where it's like these people from East Side are going to work at this factory, and they're like, and the train's going this way, and on the way the billboard's changing because East Side people are going over here to work, and then shift change. These people are going this way, so let's change the advertising to what we know they're gonna buy. Oh my God,
it's already happening.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Oh man, those 2 beers got me faded.
That's good sleepy time medicine.
Yeah, we got 7 hours before we gotta take our kids a little.
Yeah,
tomorrow's gonna be a great day, family day.
Yeah.
Let's call it a night.
Yep.
It's been an interesting podcast. I like.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe people will get 2 podcasts this week. Ooh.
So I'll do one tomorrow when we get back. What time do you think we'll get back?
Give or take, probably like 7.
I will.
7:30.
Please, get me out of that town before.
Yeah, only 10 to 6, so I want to get my money's worth. So
we're going to O-Town, or is it close to O-Town?
I think it's before. No, it's 2 hours away, so it's before 27
right? Or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So before anytime, and I told Ben, because I'll plug his name, I guess, because he was gonna make it here tonight on the 3rd mic, but stuff happens, and I understand. I don't want to hold people's hand to the flame or nothing. We all have busy lives. We're all trying to make the best out of it. And I don't know what I'm trying to say with that, but we'll work it out. We'll work out a time. Even if we fail, if we fall on our face, but we're like, we set up a time and it fails. Set up a time and it fails. Keep doing it, because
eventually get that 3rd seat filled.
Yeah, we'll get that 3rd seat filled finally. But thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you, everybody.
Tune
in for the next episode. First double-digit episode 10. Episode 10, 10.
We should definitely get somebody in for episode 10. Definitely.
Yep.
So
let's work on it.
Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.